I knew when I was creating my YouTube name that I needed to create something that was brandable and marketable and it was easy to remember. So I looked at KSI and I was like, KSI. My granddad calls me Jimmy. I was like, JMY, there we
That's
go.
it.
Boom.
That's it, bro. I obviously seen the Alexa video. Like most people have seen that shit, and they don't actually know that
Yeah.
you're the guy behind it, right? Does that frustrate you at all? Actually, like that people know the video but they don't know you. He was like, if you could be horny for food, that's what he was. He was like, he was horny for food. He loved it. So he had this sock where he's shitting. And he's like, listen, bro, we got some marshmallows. You want some marshmallows? Opens the sock. He looks in. Does that? He got a full whip, and he drops the sock and he runs away. It was the funniest thing.
Hopefully my channel has grown substantially by the time COVID is over. And when COVID is over, I'm praying to Jeebus Christ that I have enough money to move out and move in with someone who is like enthusiastic or whatever, and just be able to pump out a different like breed of content, if you get me.
Yeah.
Like public videos, for example. Like I want to do public videos so bad.
I like to say there's no shaggability in the people in my area. I don't think there's anything that I can do here that I feel like for the progression of the human race, I need to get out of this place so I can procreate. Like as if everything's just depending on me. I need to leave here because it's just I can't stand it. Like move to the city, maybe not Limerick, because they have a reputation for the stabbings. So
basically, right, Crohn's disease is an inflammatory bowel syndrome disease, right? It's like IBS, if you know what IBS is.
Yeah, itchy ball syndrome.
Yeah, it's itchy ball syndrome. Your balls just grow massive. No, never mind.
The fucking dentist that I had was a fucking lunatic. But he wasn't a lunatic, but he looked like Donald Trump, a skinnier version, and he was just like, oh, he's fucking weird. And he would always just tell me weird stories. And he'd like touch my leg. No, I'm joking. But like he'd tell me weird. He'd tell me weird fucking shit. Okay, let me just fucking set up your side. And doing all through OBS is gonna be fucking mental.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna do this, to be honest. I don't need to be recording that now, do I? I just need to talk.
No, actually, I'm fucking impressed with the way I've set this up. I just had to wrestle a 5-year-old, by the way. Literally wouldn't let me come up the fucking stairs. My sister was having a baby reveal party. Completely fucked us off. She's having a boy. So one of each gender. Lovely.
Let's have it. Way, go on the lads. That's a W for the boys.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay. For people who don't know you, you're Simon. You're Mr. JMY. You, I mean, literally, I don't think like many people know who you are, but they know of that video, the one video, the one Amazon Alexa. If she was that one, everyone knows who Sharon is at this stage. Really good video, by the way. Everyone says it's a really good video, and I just want to know how you thought of that. Really.
Basically, right. This is the full summary for anybody who's ever asked me this question. I've been asked it a few times, but right. The way I just seen Will and E do it, and I was like, I don't know, I want to do that. That wasn't a video that was actually like the first video in a while where I wasn't thinking this is going to get me views. I was like, I'm going to do this because it's going to be funny. And then I asked like my sister for input on it, on like one or two of the jokes. And then I just uploaded it, and it sat there for like 5 months, and it went through the roof.
Bro,
bananas.
Absolutely mental. What was like the creative like behind it? Like when you were coming up with the jokes for like, how did you like? Was it just like natural, or did you like script it like alone?
I literally just sat there. I was watching the video, and like every time I seen like a pause in the video, I'd pause the video. I'd talk into Audacity. I'd say whatever came to my brain, and then that was it.
What were you doing
for
before
like one
that?
or two?
Like what kind of content were you uploading before that? Like
before that, I was doing like Fortnite, like Fortnite challenge videos, right? I was doing stuff like I destroyed a whole town of Fortnite where I was pickaxing stuff on my PS4 for like half an hour straight, and like FIFA pack openings.
You're doing FIFA? Did you? So you're a Barcelona fan, right? Can I just like ask how, like, why you chose because like most people who are in Ireland or like England, they they go to the Premier League. Why Barcelona?
I don't really know, to be honest. Like my family's not mad into football. I'll be honest. Like we're more of a rugby family.
Rugby.
And yeah, and I needed a team to support. Yeah, big Hugh, Hugh Rock Maxwell. You heard of him in a few years. But yeah, no, like we just don't support football here. So then when it came to like secondary school, I was like, I need a team, and I don't know, I just Barcelona.
Just saw
We're
Messi.
shite
and,
now,
like,
but like
you're awful. I was
yeah.
watching the game. Was it who were you playing recently in the Champions League?
PSG, and we
It
just got
was
violated.
it was so
like,
bad. Like,
oh, it's a joke.
like
Such a joke.
I watched like a lot of like people talk about it, and they're like, Mbappe, you know, he's getting the torch from Messi to be like one of the best players in the world. I think him and Haaland, it's going to be very interesting to see how they develop like Ronaldo and Messi did, like rivalry. I'd love to see
Haaland's
both of them
nuts.
go to like Barcelona or Real, like, you know. Be amazing.
That's what Haaland says. He wants to be like Ibra and play for like 6 different clubs or something. So
he's
he'll probably end up
with
playing for
Raiola as
one
well.
of-
He'll probably end up going to like the Premier League and then like to Spain. I feel like that's like the natural progression. So hopefully, you know, Mbappe to Liverpool, you know, maybe Haaland to City or something. That would actually be fucking insane. Like, so Mr. Huey, he's in a lot like a lot of your videos. How is your relationship with him like on camera? Because you seem like fairly close.
Oh, on or off camera? Like how we
on
like,
camera 100%.
behind? Oh, on camera. Yeah, we're like obviously like the energy's there because we're brothers. He's 5 years younger than me, but like we have the exact same like taste in like comedy or humor or whatever. So
he seems really comfortable
we-
on camera as well. I feel like.
Oh yeah, he fucking loves it. Like
Yeah.
as much as he like will deny it, like he absolutely loves it. Like the amount of stuff I cut out videos of him just blurting out stuff for attention is mad. Like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Huey's just started his own channel. I don't know, he's like really charismatic. I was watching a few of the videos, like doing some research, you know. He's really, I don't know, has he ever thought like doing his own stuff, you know? Or
He did when he was younger, but now he's just baiting out the gym big time. He's a big rugby fanatic now, big time. That's all his energies towards that. He could probably, honestly, if he like, I kind of want him to make a little bit of content because like if you're an athlete, you're eventually going to do that nowadays, anyways. And like he can make a banger body transformation video. Like it's actually mad, like the change in him in real life. It's nuts. Like
so he's like a little bit like, you know, a little bit heavier than you, right?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he's like, was he just like naturally big? I suppose the best way to say it.
Oh yeah, he's just one side of the family is my genes. That's the Maxwell side, and then the other side is the Rock side, which he got. And we're just literally polar opposites in body type. Like he just completely got one side, and I got the other side completely, and it's mad. Like
You got
it's actually nuts.
The worst end of the stick, you know, just a little bit.
Literally, like I'm just pure lightweight, and he's built like a brick shit house. Like it's mad. Like
What were you like in school? I feel like you definitely you know, a bit of a fucking troublemaker. I don't know.
I don't know. See, in primary school, I was big time troublemaker, but then as you progress into secondary school, like it's going from like, you know, a smaller kettle of fish to like the ocean, and I don't know. I like messed a lot, but like I was always the person that never got caught.
Yeah,
I
was exactly the same. But I feel like anyone who does content or like, you know, goes into that like avenue, I suppose, like he's going to be like a cunt in school, like, you know. There's going to be an absolute cunt. I don't know. I was definitely a cunt in school. Like, whenever I went in, I was just like, okay, my number one goal today is to make sure the teachers do not have a nice day today. That was just my thing. I was like, these guys are just cunts. I don't like them. Get the fuck. So, you know, I just pissed him off all the time, especially the principal. The principal looked like, I don't know if you play GTA. He looked like Lester from GTA. I was like, okay, here he fucking comes. And I walked past him in the hall and go, you know, like a little pig. Anyway, listen. So he was, I didn't like school. Did you like school at all? No. I
absolutely hate it. Honest to God, I don't think I did I hate school so bad that when I come home, I immediately turned off from that mindset. And honest to God, on my life, I don't think I did one night of homework from third year on.
I was the exact same. I literally
I just can't.
I couldn't be arsed. Absolute waste of time.
I hated it so much. I was just like, that's not happening. Like, you know what I mean?
I've talked about that in the podcast a little bit. Like, when you think about what school is meant to be, right? And you think about, okay, you're in school for 7 hours, and then you have to come home and do homework. Once you get that into your like head, and you have like no spare time, that's why I didn't do it. I was like, okay, these fuckers are getting 6 hours out of me. They can fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waking up at 8 o'clock. Like... I'm all disorientated. I'm, you know, it's fucked. It's absolutely fucked. I'm not a morning person. I cannot wake up in the morning.
I hate my life in the morning big time. Like, and when I was in school too, the problem was I was falling asleep at like 5 or 6 in the morning, and then having to get up 2 hours later and do a full day of school. Like, there were so many times where I just come home and I'd sleep for like 3 hours, and like you're just not getting your homework done if I'm coming home and doing that. Like,
I was exactly the same. I'd come home every fucking evening, 4 or 5 o'clock, and be like, okay, I'm not gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna sit down, watch some YouTube, and I just nod off for like 3 hours. And the worst part is you wake up feeling worse as well. Like you don't feel like you just wake up and you're just like, okay, I just feel like I'm after being railed in the arse. What the fuck did that happen? Did I just have a weird dream? Was Shrek up in the arse? Like it's just it's awful.
Literally,
absolutely
it's
terrible.
It's so bad.
So were you making videos in school or no?
I was making videos in like my last year in school, I want to say, maybe.
How long are you out of school?
And I'm out of school nearly 4 years now. I think this September it'll be 4 years.
And what year is Huey in? It must be like 5th or 6th year, yeah?
He's in 5th year now. That's crazy. He's in 6th year next year.
That's mad. I feel like over the last like 2 years when I've been watching your stuff, like he's just grown up. It's fucking weird to look at.
It's so fucking weird.
You ever look back in your old videos and just see him progressing and yourself progressing?
Oh, it's mad. Like there was a video there I recorded like 2 years ago, and we're in like a pair of like Simpsons pajamas, like, and both of us look so different already. And that's only like not even 2 years ago, like a year and 8 months ago. And I was like, what? Like, what the fuck? Like
actually mental. What was your like inspiration?
Sure.
What? It sounds like a fat woman in a fucking recliner chair. Like they went to the cinema, they have like those recliner chairs backwards. This fat bitch.
The nice one.
Yeah. What was your inspiration for starting making content then? Like you were in school, you started making content. What was like the inspiration behind that?
I don't know. See, I don't know. Like I got really obsessive over YouTube in like a really short period of time because when I was younger, we didn't have internet. Like to be honest, like I didn't really have the internet till I was like 12 or 13 maybe, and even then it was like on the laptop like once a week, if even. So when I got introduced to YouTube, it was by a bunch of boys, Reese and Jack is their names, and they showed me KSI. And like from them showing me KSI, I actually grew this like horrible addiction to YouTube. I know that sounds bad, but like that's what it was. And then I don't know, eventually I was like, okay, like I want to do this. Like I can do this for whatever reason, wherever that came from. Like I was like, yeah, I like being in front of cameras. I like having attention.
Yeah.
So
can I ask you one question, right? I don't understand this, okay? So one day you're in your room, you have the iconic background, you have the bed in the back, it was amazing. And then just you came back from like a little break and you're just a wall and a curtain with a tree. Like, what's that happening?
Okay, right. So basically that's the other room out there. That room is still out there. It's only like 2 foot away from me. But basically, I moved into this room because the internet out there was so bad and it's only on the other side of the house. It's literally the width of this room away. But that room gets like no internet connection and this one gets God internet connection. But I still can't stream, so...
Yeah, I remember you were trying to stream on YouTube and you put like decent viewers. It's like around the time where I started like watching your stuff and your shit was just like, you were getting like 100 viewers on your YouTube streams like back then.
Yeah.
And you just couldn't do it for like, just because of the internet. Was that like frustrating? Because I feel like whenever I stream and I see any bit of like frame drops and I have like okay internet, I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like if I couldn't stream because of my internet, I would kill someone. So.
Honestly, like the amount of stress that like not even stream it, just internet in general, that internet box over there has caused me is ridiculous. Like I was like hanging internet boxes out the bathroom window and running like 10-meter internet cables into the PC and still getting like one upload and just being like, right,
that's amazing.
Epic.
I feel like your content though, you shouldn't like rush it. I feel like your content is better once you get like one video every 2 weeks, but as long as you put everything into that video, it turns out really well. I don't think you'd be the type of guy to do daily uploads. I don't know how you feel about that.
I tried doing that for like 2 weeks and it was the worst 2 weeks of my life. It's just not for me.
Especially when you force yourself to do it as well, like get into a schedule. It's just so fucking bad. Like if you say, okay, today I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that tomorrow. You try to have like a productive day, it just doesn't work. I've tried to do daily uploads like fucking like 4 times in the last like couple of weeks. I just can't do it. I can't find the motivation to stream as well, but like I just can't do all that. What's it like? What's your relationship like with the Irish content creator, like content creation side of it? Like who have you met in the content creation scene from Ireland that you feel like you get on really well with, if anyone?
You,
me?
I don't know. I'm not really into it. If you like, I'm not really in there for whatever reason, whatever way I've segregated myself, but I know a few smaller people, and I'm raging I can't think of anybody's names right now.
Conor Efi.
But Yeah. He's an absolute legend. His brain is bananas.
I don't know how do you pronounce his last name? Would you think EIFFE? I can't do it.
Effie? Effie?
Yeah,
it's Irish.
I get him on the
I think
podcast
it's
next
Effie.
week. I'm gonna fucking butcher it. I'm gonna be like,
Hey,
Connor E, how's it going? Connor with 2 F's and an I and an E. How are you doing? Oh, that's gonna be.
Speech it on your phone.
Get Siri on, bro.
E.
I definitely. The first question I'm gonna ask him is, "How the fuck do I say your name?" I was on stream recently. I was like, "Okay, how the fuck do I say you? Like, what are you?" Like, anyway,
He's
yeah.
bananas, that man.
You actually like put me onto him. You were listening to him a lot on like Spotify, and I found him. I was like, okay, this guy's actually unbelievable. His work ethic, I feel like, is just beyond what we can do. Like, you know?
Like, he wanted to run, and he went from running 2K at the start of the week and ended up running in a 10K on the Sunday. Like,
yeah,
that
he did a
is
marathon.
mad.
He did a full video. I'll link in the description. It's actually fucking mental. He did like a whole body transformation. He did like, he's like a 6-pack now. He puts us all to shame, really. But, like,
he just, like, I thought I was doing bits, like doing a bit of like working out, running here and there, and then I watched that video and I was like, wow, that is dedication. Like,
and everyone that I like tell about Connor, they're like, oh, this guy. Is he not signed to like a record label or something? Like, this guy's music is really good. He released a new album recently, and I've been playing in the background of my streams. It is fucking unreal. Like, all the songs on it, you can vibe to, and he said like, I can put in the background of streams or whatever. He's fucking sound.
Sound lad.
I'd love to talk. I will. But I'm gonna ask him like how he gets into the creative mindset. I find that very hard sometimes. Like, if you're, I don't even know how to describe it. If you're trying to like force yourself to make content, right? It's very hard to like get into a routine, and you start to like resent it. That's why I just can't do daily uploads, really. But like,
100%.
Like Connor, he just comes out with like vlogs and stuff. I'm like, how the fuck do you even have time? You're doing music and then you're vlogging, and I'm just like, how? And you run a marathon, like, how the fuck, you know? Like, it's actually mental.
I think that's why though it works for him, because he does so many different things that when he's getting like really fed up with one thing, he can, transition between them and just do something else, which is really good. Like, he's
an amazing forehead and an amazing, hairline. He's like the Irish Jesus. I feel like,
his hair, he's long old hair now.
Yeah. And when he's running as well, he's like fucking Prince Charming from Shrek. Oh, lads.
Oh, literally.
Unbelievable.
He's a madman.
So no one will have a fucking clue who I'm on about, but I want to know, how did you meet Boogan? Did he go to your school? How did that happen?
Boogan.
Mr. Boogan.
Do you know how it happened? How did it happen? Actually, I was looking for someone to play Fortnite with, and do you know the post thing on YouTube? If this mic falls one more time, the post thing on YouTube, I was like, look, I'm looking for a duo, be of whatever age, and just be sound. And Boogan hit me up. We got talking. Me and Boogan are like that now.
Boogan's fucking sound. Okay, you put me on to XXXTentacion, okay? He's a fucking... I just started, like, okay, I always knew, like, sad and, like, bad. Those, like, everyone knows those songs. But how did you, like, do you relate to him in any sort of way? Because I feel like you're into him, like I'm into Juice WRLD kind of thing. Like would you say he's like one of your favorite artists? Yeah.
Oh, big time, yeah. Like, he's forever going to be a top 3 artist, just because. I don't know. I just, like you said, like, I relate to him like crazy. Like, he's just. I don't know how to describe it. Like, the way his brain worked was so fascinating to me. Yeah. Like, it's mad. Like, if you ever watch, like, there's loads of his Instagram lives on YouTube, and I've watched like all of them, and it's some of the shit he comes out with is just mad, man. Like, the way he perceived information was just different. Like, it's
a different wavelength. I feel like him and Juice as well. They were both like, it actually is fucking sad. Like, how the two of them just kind of like, and in completely different ways as well. Like one's the drugs and the other guy,
shot dead. Like. But, like, it's mad the way, like, we lost so many, like, tier 1 artists of this generation in such a short period of time, so that the whole way that music was going to develop completely changed. Like, Pop Smoke, Juice WRLD, and X are, like, the 3 biggest examples. And Mac Miller, actually. But they all had certain styles. Yeah, and Little Peep, sorry, he's another legend. But the way that those, like, 5 would have developed music over the next few years would have completely changed, like, how generic sounds would have been. Like, it's ridiculous.
It went from like 50 Cent to Drake, and Drake, I feel like Drake just like revolutionized it a bit. It wasn't just rapping; it was like songs and all that shit. Do you know if X like freestyle all his stuff, or because I know Juice WRLD like just freestyle all his songs? Was that something that X did? You know?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but when he before he passed, he had said that he was taking his attention away from everything and purely focusing on developing his music, and he was learning like the guitar and learning like different types of drums and all this stuff, and then all that was just stopped dead, like, and it's mad, like.
Do you ever like look back on videos of him like just making music? Like, because I know Juice WRLD is like a load of fucking behind the scenes stuff as well. Like, it's really hard to watch. Like, everyone knows that I absolutely love Juice WRLD. Like, he's just one of those inspirations. And even just for making content. And I got into him like, okay, I was listening to his stuff since the very start, but I got into his like I feel like when you listen to unreleased stuff from an artist, that's when you're trying to like, that's when you get into like really being a massive fan of them.
Yeah.
I remember like one of my first dreams, I was listening to Lucid Dreams when it just dropped. So when he died, it was actually like fucking, I actually felt like I lost something when I was like, I don't know, it's just like such a big part of the streams.
Like, you lost almost like a friend, like.
Exactly.
Like like in a sense, like it's so weird how you're able to build a connection with a person you've never even spoken to, like.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like,
I listen to all these unreleased stuff like every single day, like, and it's just fucking, it's like, I don't know, it's just a weird feeling. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm just
there's no closure for people who listen to the music, if you get me.
Yeah.
Especially because they're constantly releasing post-mortem stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like, we're constantly been drip fed like songs, and it's, I don't know, it's weird. It's such a weird thing. Like, there's never been a period in history like this before where these like types of relationships have existed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just even fucking thinking about Juice WRLD, bro, it's just like, fuck, dude. You know?
I'm raging I never seen either of them live. That's one of my biggest regrets, that I've never seen either of those perform. Like,
I don't think I've been I don't think I've been like ever like, I don't think I've actually ever liked an artist as much as I like Juice WRLD. I don't know if you're the same about X. It's just, I just relate to everything he says. I think that's the thing. Like, I've talked to people who are like 40, 50. Even my dad, you know, he listens to Wishing Well every now and again on the Amazon Alexa. Get yours. Never mind. But like, he listens to it. He's like, okay, like, you know, he kind of understands what he was going through and stuff. So it's not just like me, I guess. And I feel like when I'm listening to his music, it's just me that's listening to it. But like, it impacts everybody who listens to his stuff, and it's mental, like the reach that just one artist could have and the influence he had. I think what did I read recently? It was like one can save millions, but millions can't save one. That fucked me up, man. Holy shit.
Juice especially is so sad because of the way he died. Like, like, it was self-inflicted. Like, it's fucked up.
And Joe fucks me up about all that. Then is the people who are like, oh, he killed himself because of drugs. He, you know, like, it's, yeah. I mean, technically that's what happened, but like the way that, I don't know if you know how he died. Like, you probably do, but like, he was on the plane, and someone they were tracking his plane, and when he got out of customs, then like he was like, okay, I'm gonna fucking down all these pills. You would think like someone like Juice had like a high intolerance to drugs, and I guess he kind of thought he would take it. But he was I was watching a documentary, and apparently he was like looking at 20, 30 years life in prison for all the shit he had on the plane. So
Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. But the one thing, whenever I'm thinking about Juice WRLD, the one thing I always think of is like, he brought the Kid Laroi, and that's like, the Kid Laroi is on another fucking completely another spectrum, you know, like, he's unbelievable. I don't know, do you listen to him a lot or no?
Oh yeah, all the time. That's a really interesting case as well, the way he came up. Like,
did you watch the documentary or no?
I think so. Is that where they explain how he won the thing in Australia?
Yeah, they explained it. They explained like how he got to like meet different artists and stuff, and then like eventually moved to Sydney and all his father and stuff. But I was watching the fucking documentary where they were like, apparently he pretended to be poor or something. I don't fucking know. Like, it's just way too complicated to get into on a podcast like this. But yeah, the Kid Laroi, I don't know. Like, he's just gonna be massive. Absolutely fucking massive. Oh. He just started streaming as well on Twitch recently. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
He started streaming.
I
like,
see bits of it on Twitter.
Yeah, he's not actually like that interesting, but like, you know, you wouldn't really expect it really. Do you see his girlfriend? You must have seen his girlfriend.
She is 16. Yes, I did see.
Is she 16? Oh.
Yes, she is.
Is she? Okay, well, I can't say what I was going to say then. I was going to say, okay, so basically I saw a picture where they're like on a fucking, like a desk or something, right? They're on a desk. And, not a desk, not a desk. Well, no, it's not, that's a porn.
A boat.
A boat. Yeah, they're on a boat. And he has his
Desk.
he has his knee up to her tit. I'm like, okay, her tit is going to fucking explode in a second. They're so fake. I don't know. They're just so fake. I can't be, this fucking chair, man. But like, yeah, her tits are massive. I don't know why that's a topic of discussion, but absolutely huge. Okay, moving on. So, okay, the question everybody's here for, okay, the one question. Is Amazon Alexa 2 coming out anytime soon?
No, it's not.
Why not?
Why
not? You're ruining everyone's life.
Sad.
You're ruining everyone's life for now,
sad.
okay? Why isn't it coming out?
Because, right, listen, if I do a number 2, it ruins everything about number 1, 100%. Because then it just looks like I'm milking it.
True.
And I 100% would be.
I mean, yeah, but
and
I mean,
also I think I left it too late to do it. I'm kind of raged I didn't do a part 2 and a part 3 because I didn't know how to handle a blow up back then. Like realistically, when that started blowing up, I should have been boom, number 2. I'm getting this person to react to it, blah 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 blah, and then I should have done all that then.
Yeah, that's kind of what Milliam did. I don't know if you saw Milliam, but he did exactly that. He got clicks to react to the montage. He spread that shit around.
Yeah.
I love to get Milliam on the podcast. I feel like what he's going to do after Phase 5 is going to be really interesting because, like, I feel like this is a make or break point in his career, to be honest. Like, he could either go on and do, like, amazing things, eventually join Phase, that could be the next thing, or he could just, like, completely, you know, people just, like, lose a bit of interest. He takes, like, a long break, he does school, you know. I feel like he'll always have, like, a little bit of an audience there, but, like, Fortnite's not going to last forever. And
exactly.
I feel like there's just he should just, like, go full in now and just, like, especially when Fortnite is like extremely relevant, and I feel like he's still top of the game for montages if he was ever to come back and do them, but he hasn't uploaded in a little bit, and I'm just kind of confused as to why.
Yeah, it's a bit. I see his tweets every now and again that he's working on something, but see, someone like him, it's kind of weird because I struggle to understand how he's going to like translate his content from what he does now to something that would involve like IRL content, let's say, or to another game.
Yeah.
Because it's such a niche genre of content.
Exactly. That would, like, I don't know if you saw like all his phase stuff, but he did the one where he had like the G Fuel in the cup with the fucking waterfall.
Yeah, that
was, when I saw that, I was like, okay, he might actually get in. Like, this is unbelievable. I feel like he was always an outsider to get into phase because Flea was there as well. And I don't know if this is like fair, but I always felt like he was copying Flea. Definitely the style of content he was copying Flea. So if one got in, he wouldn't get in. I think it's kind of like sad because they're obviously going to go for the person who's like the more reach. Like Flea is like 1.7 million or something like. So he's always going to get in over Milliam. So I kind of felt bad for him in that sense. Yeah, still like it's a massive achievement. When I saw he was doing the face, I was like, okay, this could actually, because I don't know if you thought about doing it as well, but I was like, okay, small content creators, you know, do the face fight, you might do it. The stuff that I saw them do, I just didn't think I could do that. I genuinely don't. Like, even the stuff that Milliam did and like Flea did for like the last couple of trials, I'm like, okay, I probably couldn't have done that. I don't have the resources to do that. Did you ever like consider doing the phase 5 stuff or no?
I only thought about doing it like when it ended, like I do with everything, because I am so bad at recognizing like trends in the moment. But I wish I just done like 1 or 2 videos just for the views it would have given me in the short term. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was gonna say, Milliam. It's just so interesting. Like, I'd love to see what he's gonna come up with next, because he definitely has to like almost reinvent himself. I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, he could probably just keep doing montages, get like 30, 50k views, but I don't feel like mentally, if you go from all that massive hype of like phase 5, you're getting like, he had like 10k viewers on Twitch at one stage. He like, I don't think you can go from that and then have like mentally, if you went from like 200, 300k views, nearly 1 million views to like 30k, 40k, that is going to be really hard for him. So I'm extremely interested to see where he goes with that, to be honest.
So interesting guy.
Yeah, do you see his hair? He looks like a fucking one of those old dolls that you get, like the old ginger dolls with like the long hair. Huge. Do you know what I'm about? Like, yeah, or like the guy from Incredibles, the super villain.
Oh my god, what's his name? I don't know his name, but I know you're on it.
I have a clue, bro. What was I gonna say? So Fortnite competitive. Are you still fully into that? Because I know when you first started like streaming a couple of years back, when I was watching like all the time, we'll say, you were like getting into competitive a lot. What's that like? You know, are you still trying to pursue that?
See, competitive Fortnite's a weird one for me, and I keep trying to distance myself from it, but it just keeps
It's like a
keeps
fetish.
pulling me. But yeah, it's like a little addiction that I have, and I can't shake at all. But I was actually completely done with Fortnite there like a few months ago, and then obviously COVID was still a thing, and we got hit with a huge lockdown. I was like I literally can't do anything else, like, so I might as well play Fortnite all day again, and
Do you
I'm playing
like
it flat out again.
do you like the game?
I love the game. I can't get enough of it.
I feel
I
like
don't know why.
you're still on controller, yeah?
Oh yeah, still on controller.
Yeah, so I switched to keyboard, and I don't think I would still be playing the game if I was on controller, because I just feel like
Yeah.
you have to have a certain mentality if you're playing on controller. Like, you see like Scoped, Reed, they just have like this fucking mental capacity to do all this shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that in little analog sticks? It's actually mad. And I don't think I could ever do that. I said that a few times. Like, it's just that top 1% of controller players that can do that shit, and it's just extremely hard to get there. Whereas like on keyboard and mouse, if you learn it, I feel like you can get better faster than on controller. And I don't know if you would say that as well. It's subjective. Like, I feel
I
like
100% agree.
yeah.
Like, I kind of wish that like when I started playing Fortnite, I just played keyboard mouse and grinded mechanics or like creative for like 3 months straight.
Yeah.
And like it'd be. Oh, I was thinking about this today, but you can do the stuff. You can do stuff in control. No, wait. Sorry, no, wait. The like mad stuff, like the mad mechanical stuff, you can do that on controller, but you can do it. You can learn it quicker on keyboard mouse if you get me. Like,
Yeah.
and there's a higher roof on keyboard mouse skill as well.
Exactly. I'm so impressed when I watch Scoped and Reed and all these guys. But then I realized like the stuff that they were doing like little, cone edits and like all this shit, like little double edits down and like boxing the guy. I'm like, that is really impressive for a control player. But I've seen these like keyboard mouse guys been doing this for like 6 months. Like,
Oh, it's mad.
I don't know if you've been watching Scope, but he was like washed for like a little bit. Like, he came back, I think, for the start of this season, but he took like a 2-week break or 3-week break, and he came back and he was getting kind of clapped in box fights and all this shit. And he's after going back, and I think I don't know if he won a tournament, but he did really well recently. Like,
yeah, he's been doing really well, and especially he did really well in FNCS. He finished like top 20 in finals, which is pretty decent for him because he's been
trio
in and out of teams. He's playing with Haz and I don't know the other guy, unfortunately.
Fuck knows, bro. Fuck knows.
It's another controller player, I think, though.
What's your favorite streamer to watch then? Who would be like your go-to?
Let me think.
Without being a chorus, I know my content's unbelievable. I pull 20 viewers, I'm unreal. But like, obviously, excluding me, who would be like, second maybe, And okay, and not Boogan. You can't say Boogan, okay? Boogan streams once a year. He does the Asia Cash Cups.
I don't know. Like, XQC is really, really funny. No matter what he's playing, it's gonna be hilarious. There's people that I have in my brain that Benji Fishy, of course. Benji Fishy is just an absolute monster. Any game he touches, even watching him play chess is mad. Like, watching the way that his brain works is just so weird.
I love his mother. His mother is extremely supportive. Not like in a sexual way. I'm sure she's great in bed. I'm sure she's lovely. But like, I just feel like she's so supportive of everything Benji wants to do, and I just fucking admire the shit out of that. Like, if
she's a esports coach
or
a esports mentor,
and she's starting to play the game as well on seeing like screenshots. It's just so inspiring seeing her like, support.
Like, talk about luck, like being born like for Fortnite. He is the best RNG for Fortnite ever. Like, if you like think about it, it's mad.
I don't think he like. I don't know. Do you have like a bad upbringing or something like that? I can't remember if he does or not. But he had like. I can't remember. I think like I don't know if his dad died. I don't want to say anything because I can't fucking remember. Yeah. But shit like that happened. So like for him to come through that, and for his mother to still support him 100%, fucking love that. I mean, obviously the money's coming in, but like it's more than that. I feel like it's not just money. I feel like she really understands how he is developing, and like I don't know, she's just so in sync with him. I feel like. Oh,
she fully gets it, and the thing about her is that she helps everybody in the Fortnite community, like no matter how small it is. I always see her like replying to people who have like 1K followers or whatever. She'll like offer to do people's Fortnite tax for them and stuff, and I'm just like, wow, that is like
she's unreal.
Mad.
Do you ever think you're gonna get back into streaming? Like, obviously, like, do you? Okay. The main question: do you think you're gonna ever like move out and go to a place you can get actually good internet?
Oh, 100%. Second I get the chance, I'm gone. Yeah, second I get the chance, I'm out. I'm moving somewhere that has decent internet. And if I could stream, I'd be streaming like daily.
Exactly,
I'm not exaggerating that one bit. Like,
I'm in the same boat. If I could fucking leave where I am, it's just a shithole. There's no good looking girls. I like to say there's no shaggability in the people in my area. I don't think there's anything that I can do here that I feel like for the progression of the human race, I need to get out of this place so I can procreate. Like, as if, everything's just depending on me. I need to leave here because it's just, I can't stand it. Like, move to the city. Maybe not Limerick, because they have a reputation for the stabbings. So I don't know, but like, let's just say I'm not going to my Ross at dark, But I've been to my Ross actually. I don't know if you've ever heard stories about Limerick, bro. But I've been to my Ross a few times. Not a bad. It's not bad. It's not great. It's definitely the lower percentage of poverty, but it's fine. It's across the road from Thomond Park as well. I went there for Gamerfest. It's not a bad area. Like, it's bad, but it's not bad. People make Limerick out to be like the worst place in the fucking country, when actually I think Limerick and Cork are just ahead of the entire country. Because they have, like, listen, you did a tier list for the Irish counties, and I don't know where the fuck you put Limerick, but it wasn't the top. That's all I want to say. And I feel like you were just kind of saying because this, the stabbing rates, all that stuff, Limerick's a great county. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. That's the whole point of that.
Okay, fair enough. Big up Limerick.
Big up Limerick. What's like your goal then for this year in terms of like YouTube, and then like by the end of this year, I suppose, man?
Right now my goal is to hit 25,000 subscribers.
When did you hit 20k? When did you hit 20k? Like a couple of weeks ago? 2 weeks ago?
I think it was mid-January, like 2-3 weeks ago. Maybe no, that was like a month ago now. We're halfway through February.
Yeah, I feel like
a month ago now.
I feel like you definitely reimagined yourself as well, because you went from doing a Fortnite and it wasn't doing bad. It was doing better than my fucking shit. You were getting like a couple of K, 1 or 2K per video, and then you took a little break, and then you came back. You just went all IRL stuff. How?
Yeah.
My mother is Shut the fuck up. Hello. ¿Qué pasa? Turn the fucking phone. So what was I saying? So. Yeah, like what was it like changing your content from like Fortnite stuff to IRL, and you split up your channel as well? Like, what was that like with this decision process, I suppose?
That took longer than it should have for me to do. My mentality was so bad when the Alexa video started popping off, because I got loads of attention, and for some reason I was like, I'm not changing my content. I like the thing I'm doing, so I'm going to do it. But I should have just said, I'm just going to do loads of IRL stuff and loads of Irish themed stuff, and I'd be in a completely different place. Like people like, I don't know if you know, like Cal Arnold and like Jaffa Man, for example.
Yeah,
but they had like
watched
similar.
Yeah, they copy like Casey Neistat style of videos. I wouldn't really say like IRL, but like vlogs and stuff. Like they good content. I don't think they upload as much anymore though. To be fair, I haven't watched them in a while.
But what they did, they played the Irish card, like where the Irish was in every title, Irish flags, Irish mammies, all that stuff, through the kitchen sink at the Irish. It worked so well.
Can I just say, do you like Jaffa Man? Do you like him?
Right.
Be honest.
I don't mind Jaffa Man. I don't like his content, obviously. Like, not a lot of people over the age of 15 do.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah. But like, he's like 15 or 16. Like, if I was 15 or 16, I'd be doing stupid shit too. I'd probably be making way worse content than what he's making. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. But his shit is a little bit cringy, actually. I mean,
oh yeah, he's like an Irish Mord, sort of like an Irish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That, like, the Irish mammy stuff. I feel like okay. You obviously watch Mr. Brown's Boys. Yeah. It's just such a, I don't know. I feel like he definitely got the inspiration from that.
Yeah.
And I incorporate a lot of Mr. Brown comedy, Brendan O'Carroll comedy into my stuff. And I think it kind of pisses me off that he's doing so well. I don't know what that is. I think it's just like he does not similar content to me, but like similar sort of like, I don't know what to say it. I wouldn't even say sense of humor, but like there's aspects of my stuff and aspects of his stuff that kind of like match up, and it just fucking annoys me. I don't know. I try to be happy for him, but then I watch his stuff and it's just cringe as fuck, and I'm like, you have like 100k subs and you're just putting out wank content consistently, and I can't stand it. It's unreal. I don't know. Do you watch his stuff at all now? Like recently? I don't watch him, but when I was really intrigued by what he is or what his channel is, if you get me. Yeah. So they're like, when my videos started getting more popular, I was like, okay, I want to look at other Irish YouTubers, and I was looking at him, and just the way he's manipulating like
the like Irish community is mad.
Yeah.
Did the camera turn off again?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just turns off. I think it's because like it overheats or something. I got it back.
What?
I think
Is that the
one
Canon?
you had, the fucking shit one. I only just recently figured out how to actually use properly. But man, this camera we've like a love-hate relationship because I literally I bought a new lens for it. I bought fucking like a cam link or whatever, and after 30 minutes, after everything that I've been through, after 30 minutes, it just it turns off because it overheats apparently. Oh, it's the most ball ache camera, and there's no autofocus, so it's just like if I go over here, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. But this is through OBS, and it makes like podcasting a little bit more easier. Ow, my fucking jaw. So I don't know if you want to talk about this, but I was doing some research. I went back through some of your content. I did notice you made you did like a little break. I remember watching this back a while ago, and I don't know if I wanted to bring it up, but like I feel like it's interesting, and I feel like it might be good to talk about it. I know you said in that video that you're just talking about it once, you never talk about it again. But I found out you have Crohn's disease. I think that's how you say it.
I do.
Can you like explain that for a retard like myself, because I don't understand.
Right. Basically, right, Crohn's disease is an inflammatory bowel syndrome disease, right? It's like IBS, if you know what IBS is.
Yeah, itchy bowel syndrome.
Yeah, it's itchy ball syndrome. Your balls just grow massive. No, never mind. Basically, it makes your stomach not work so good and you poop a lot. is the basic way of saying it.
Is that why?
And it like fucks you.
Is that why you remember you did a video recently where you shot yourself in the
exam?
Yeah. Is that why?
In my mocks. I'm gonna blame it on that, but I honestly don't know if it is that, because I just fell asleep and I shit the pants and I woke up and they were filled with shit. I'll blame it on that, but it mightn't be that. I honestly couldn't tell you.
You were telling me that story in like a Discord call before you uploaded the video.
Yeah.
But how did that video do actually on YouTube, like view wise and retention and stuff?
It did all right. The viewer retention was mad. It was like 52% or something, which is nuts.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's actually mad. I don't know. People really like them. People really wanted me to do more story times, but unfortunately, I have no more story times where I've shit myself. But wait, you might hear some other stories soon. I'm trying to think now off the top of my head, like a story like that.
Do you have any really good like school stories? Because originally when I was like, okay, I'm gonna get you on the podcast, we were talking on Discord like a while back, and I was like, okay, I'd love to get him on the podcast, the first guest to talk about, like, the title's gonna be Irish lads talk about their Irish school stories, whatever. And I might clip this up. We'll see extra views. Fuck it, you know.
It is what it is.
But do you have any like stories from school, particularly, where like it went shit ways? Yeah.
I have one thing about like school, like kind of a story, and I just want to know if anybody else did this in their school, because Boogan has condemned me for this. They never did it in their school, and I'm not sure about yours, but we had a game called the baiting game. We just went and kicked the shite out of each other in massive teams. Did anybody else do that? No.
Okay, we had phases in our school where like you just go up to some random cunt. You didn't even have to. You didn't even have to fucking know him. He could have been a first year just minding his own business, and you walk up to him and you give him a karate chop in the fucking jaw. Like just unleash your jaw on the Allen's apple, and they go around the place fucking choking and they couldn't breathe, and we're like, oh, you dopey cunt! Look at you. You must be new, you know. Well, he was Chinese, but you know, he was Chinese. Listen, bro, his name was Chow. You know, he was severely bullied, but he didn't speak English. It's not his own. It's not his own fault. It's not his own. I'm not xenophobic.
I don't support these views. I don't support these views.
Listen, I like thinking of it. If I was over in China and I didn't speak a lick of Chinese, right, and I've only ever had a fucking sweet and sour chicken in my entire life, like I don't know what, like I would probably get fucking chopped up and put in like the soup or something.
I don't support these views. Oh my god, Jake.
Oh, the best podcast in Ireland. What were we saying? But yeah, any secondary school stories?
Yeah, debating game, right? I've never heard any other school have this, but like our year, sometimes the year above and the year below us would play this game called debating game, or the beating game, basically, right? And you'd congregate before lunch and there'd be like 50 people, literally 50 people. And you'd be like, right, we're all in, whatever. Yeah, we're in. And then like 2 people would be on, and you'd have to beat someone so bad that they'd like join your team. and eventually there'd be like 49 people kicking the shit out of one kid, like on the grass or whatever. And it was
Jesus, was that like
I don't know.
Manhunt? Do you ever play that game, Manhunt?
Yeah, it was like
So-
manhunt, but
yeah.
like you were like catching like kicks to like the chest and stuff on the ground and like.
Did
Stuff
she
like
not
that.
get in trouble for that? Like, surely some fucking
No,
guy must have.
No, I swear on my they tried to like crack down it really hard when we were in like third year because people were like ripping their jumpers in half and like having bloody noses and like proper getting hurt. So they had to like stop it. But then in like fifth year, we used to just kick the shite out of each other on this big green, and the teachers would watch it.
Yeah,
They just watch us.
my school is really strict on stuff like that. So we have Lester Crest, the principal. He's an absolute cockegg. And I'd love to, oh my god, I'd love to deck him in the fucking jaw, the cunt. I had problems with him. So when I was in school, the worst thing that I ever did, I got suspended like 3 times. You get suspended for fuck all. So automatically, I'm just thinking we have a completely different school experience because your school must have been, if they're allowing you to get fucking bait up like black and blue, and if I cross the road to get a chicken roll and I'm getting suspended, there's a fucking difference, okay? I literally, what was the worst thing you saw happen in school that people got away with, I suppose?
Well, they didn't get away with it. But someone shit in a school bag in my year, and it's hands down like the best schooling moment ever. You can answer that if you want.
I shit you not. I just got a phone call from Sri Lanka.
What?
I'm not even fucking joking. Let me pull this shit back up, bro. What the fuck was that?
You should answer them.
Yeah, they just, bro. I had braces for like 3 years. The fucking dentist that I had was a fucking lunatic. But he wasn't a lunatic, but he looked like Donald Trump, a skinnier version, and he was just like, oh, he's fucking weird. And he would always just tell me weird stories. And he'd like touch my leg. No, I'm joking. But like he'd tell me weird. He'd tell me weird fucking shit. He's like, one day now, boys, I was down to Mark, and I got a weird phone call. And he talks like a pure Irishman, like talk about GAA. And he's like,
oh, the guy.
oh my god, the state of him. But he was like, so I got a phone call. I got a phone call from Albania, and I get on the phone. They're like, they wanted to talk about my car insurance, and apparently he got scammed like 300 euro or something over the phone. I was like, that's what you get for touching my leg. You don't get them joking. That's what you get for being a fucking absolute retard. He was just a anyway, listen. So yeah, phone call from Sri Lanka. Love to see it. Okay, yeah, but what was like what was the worst thing you ever saw in school then? That obviously they got in trouble for. Like, what was the worst thing?
Oh, shit in a bag. One of the boys shit in a bag. Your man. I didn't see it personally, but it happened. They took a random bag and they shit in it, right? Just they took around the corner, literally pooped in it like no more than 10 meters away from the school. Put the bag back. Your man went to class and he wasn't looking at the bag and went to put his hand into the bag and put his hand in shit.
Can you give a description of the bag? Like, is it a plastic bag? Is it like an Aldi bag? Like, what the fuck?
Oh no, a school bag.
Oh,
like with zips and like where his books are in the bag. He shit on top of all his books.
That's unfucking real.
I'm pretty sure the guards got involved in Everton and the like CIA did and like found that they went by this camera and like I don't know, they all got kicked out.
Did they ever
They
pull
got
the
kicked
fire
out of
alarm?
school. Like,
In your
not
school?
that I no. We were too. That's like the one thing we never did. Like
I just find it so fucking stupid that people do that. Like all the lads, the 6 years, like through like my school, 6 years in school, they were just like, oh, the funniest thing that we can do, the funniest thing to revolt against the process is to pull the fire alarm. I'm like, are you fucking joking? And they'll do it during PE then for like, it's just, I just
that's
can't be
bad.
arse. Fucking winter, December, and I'm just going outside with my fucking shorts, Willie hanging out the fucking side, and it's fucking minus 5 degrees. Absolute state. What subjects do you do in school, actually?
What? Oh, my subjects are so stupid. If anybody, if you're picking subjects now, take notice from mine and do not repeat what I did. Do not pick physics. It's not what you think it is. I picked physics, German, geography, and metalwork. And metalwork was grand. The other 3, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, what job am I going to get picking them? like, how do they go together at all?
Yeah, I did like. Well, first of all, I did geography. Did you go on a school trip for geography? What was that?
Yeah.
Like, what sort of school trip?
we went to a meandering river, and I was the shortest person there, and I almost drowned because I was like 5 foot at the age of like 16. And I was like, please don't make me go onto the river. And she made me. Big pair of waders on me.
We went. Do you know where the burn is in Clare? Yeah. You got
Yeah.
the burn. So the geography teacher thought it'd be a funny. I think he was actually being a cunt about it. I think he thought, okay, this would actually be funny, these little fuckers, because we wouldn't like pay attention to the class at all. It was just so boring for me. I did like okay in geography, to be fair, but like it was just he was like, okay, so it was a cold Wednesday in fucking December. It was like -5 degrees. Lads, let's go on a trip to the burn. First of all, we had to pay money to go there. We had to pay like bus fees and like all this shit. We went there. I couldn't feel my hands or legs. I couldn't feel nothing. I was just there behind the fucking not Asian, obviously fucking. Oh, he was some Oriental guy. What's Leo Varadkar? Where's he from?
I don't know.
No,
I'm not guessing either.
India or Pakistan or something. Oh no, he's from Spain. He's from Spain. So.
Oh my god!
I want to get cancelled. So
what have I heard?
He's from Spain, and he's like, "Como está?" And I'm like, I'm walking up behind. So he was like my buddy basically for the whole.
Your
trip.
Teacher?
No, he was a student. He was like my buddy. For the whole thing.
Oh, I thought you meant your teacher.
No, the teacher was one of those fucking. You'd swear from Father Ted the way he talks. He was literally like a pure Clare man. He definitely saw the trip as like an excuse to go back home. But it was fucking freezing. Like I've never been actually so cold. Like
yeah.
It's like only thing I can like relate it to is when like you play GA or like football and it's really cold and you're just there in those little fucking shorts and your feet, you can't even feel your feet. It's just fucking horrible. But yeah, don't go to the burn in the middle of December. It's not fucking nice.
What is the burn, by the way? Like I have a picture of it in my head, but I don't fully know what it is.
The burn, I couldn't even tell you. Like, and that was my fucking thing. So we went to the burn. The whole trip was like longshore drifts in the ocean, like the ocean.
Yeah.
That's all it was. But for some reason we had to go to the fucking burn. We couldn't wait until fucking March or April or May when the weather was nice and we went to fucking Cove. Nah, that would be way too easy for that little cunt. So. Yeah, that's we had to go to the fucking. It was just terrible. I don't even know like what the burn is. Someone will tell me in the comments.
Yeah, I've seen it, but like I couldn't tell you what it is. Like,
I think it's just rocks. It's just rocks.
Yeah, it's just, but we went stones that have been eroded.
Exactly, but we went to like a resort, like a resort park. Jeez, that sounded fucking posh. We went like to a park where we just kind of set up base, and one of the tasks we had to do for longshore drift was to throw an orange into the ocean. And we had to measure where the orange is biodegradable. You're allowed to do it, but you throw the orange into the water, and then you'd watch it go across like that, and then you'd measure it, and you'd be like, "Oh, so longshore drift is a thing." And the worst part about all this, right? And I get into that in a bit, but like the worst part about this is the fact I didn't even have to do my leaving cert. I got predicted grades, so I didn't even have to do any of this shit. So I look back and I'm like, this cunt has wasted fucking 2 days of my life, and I'm still salty about it. Actually, I'm upset. I'm still upset to this day. I'm fucked.
That sounds like the jankiest experiment I've ever heard in my life. Like throwing oceans into the sea, or throwing oranges into the sea. Like
oceans into the sea. Yeah, that's
the old oceans into the sea. Yeah. What's the difference between an ocean and a sea, by the way?
There's two oceans. Well, there's two oceans. You have the Pacific Ocean and you have the Atlantic Ocean, and they're the two biggest oceans. So I think the two biggest seas are called oceans, and then the rest are just fucking seas. I think. The thing is the Irish Channel. The Irish Channel's, I don't know. It's a weird one. Yeah.
Let me think. There's definitely something. I'm trying to think of stuff because there's stuff in my head right now that would definitely incriminate someone or have people, coming to the house threatening to fucking kick the shit out of me. Let me think. Someone got stabbed in the like the inside of their eye with a compass.
Oh, for fuck! So
I know him quite well.
So
he was like going like messing to poker, and she turned around and he like stabbed her in the eye with a compass.
So I said to you, what was the worst thing you ever saw in school? And you say a lad sticked his hand into a bag full of shit instead of saying
that's pretty bad. Like,
but this could have been a good title and thumbnail. We watched a guy get stabbed. True. Someone gets stabbed is way more worse. That's worse than someone sticking a hand in shit.
I have something completely different that I kind of feel bad about it, like, to be honest. But I was like 13, so I didn't know any better. But there was this fella who was in 5th year when we were in 1st year. His name was, I'm not gonna say
Don't
his
say
name.
it. Don't say it. You'll get fucked.
Yeah, yeah. But he was special needs, quite clearly special needs, right? But he was just, I don't know what our school was, but special needs people just mixed with everybody else, regardless of your disability. And this fella was quite heavily disabled, like mentally disabled. And he had this thing for hugging people. And the boys used to set him on people to hug. And he chased around like girls or people to hug them or whatever, right? And they set him on me one day. And this guy is like 6 foot, by the way. And he has this like special, okay, right, this is going to sound a bit fucked up, but sometimes people with special needs have this like hidden strength, if you get me, right? And this guy, I'm like 4'10" and he's like 6 foot. And he, in a pure, just frenzy of pure excitement, picks me up above his head and just slams me on the ground for no apparent reason. And like
Okay, let's just move off that shit because I feel like, I have one more thing. I have one more thing. Okay, so you said that the worst thing you saw in school was a guy sticking his hand in the bag. When I was in 6th class, okay, when I was in 6th class, this is a great story. I was in 6th class, and there was this like little fat kid. He was huge, and he was from Albania. He didn't know what the fuck was going on, but he was. Well, actually, no, he was born in Ireland, but his heritage was Albanian. Yeah. Or like Albania, or so, where the fuck they're from? Lithuania, I don't know. Listen, bro, it's all the same once they're outside Ireland. So what he was like?
Oh my god.
He was like, if you could be horny for food, that's what he was. He was like, he was horny for food. He loved it. So what me and my friend Sean did was Sean did it. I didn't fucking do it. Do you know in iCarly the butter sock?
Yeah.
The butter sock. Sam has the butter sock. We thought it'd be a funny idea to. Well, I didn't. It was him, but my friend.
You keep saying we.
My friend. Yeah, we shat together. It was both mingling. My friend Sean. He went into the bush and he shat into a sock. Now we were like fucking 12. We didn't know what was going on. He shat into a sock and then we went over.
That's mad.
What makes this worse? It was in a playground environment. And we went over to him and we were like, "Here, lad, are you hungry? Are you hungry?" No.
No.
We said, "Do you want?" Well, he said, "Do you?" I had no part of this. I was just watching. I had the camera, so so he had this sock where he's shitting. And he's like, "Listen, bro, we got some marshmallows. You want some marshmallows?" Because the guy Sean had marshmallows as well, but he said like in the sock is marshmallows. Went up to the guy and he's like, "Do you want some marshmallows?" Hand him the sock. Man. He looks in. I'll never get this out of my head, man. He literally opens the sock. He looks in. Does that? He got a full whip and he drops the sock and he runs away. It was the funniest thing.
How do you even shit in a sock, man? That's a talent. Like
that is a talent.
That's some fair going. Like that is actually, man. Holy shit, man! Wow. What the fuck? The balls to do something like that from years of age is mad as well.
His balls are probably fucking hanging. Okay, I can't say that. But yeah. He watched the podcast. He'll find that funny. Was there ever any mental people in the school? You just thought like one of these days he might actually kill us all?
Oh, can't say names.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah. There's so many just mad cunts in my year. Like just whatever concoction made my year. It just with so many just absolutely mad people in it. Like actually dangerous people, like kind of scary, like. And I really want to tell a story, but like there's a good chance this person will come to the house, like, so I'm going to put it in my back pocket.
Yeah, don't say that. But there was this guy.
I like having my teeth.
Well, there was this guy when we were I think we were in 5th class, and there was this. We were shitting ourselves. So there was this guy who had like a reputation for bringing knives to school. Like he had like a rough background. Like like father, all that shit. So like he would bring in like I think like psychology, and I'm not a psychologist, but I feel like in his head it was like a way to protect himself somehow. Yeah. But he used to bring knives and he used to bring like tobacco and cigarettes into school and shit. And he just had this reputation. And then when he came to our school, I was like, all right, nice to see you. Take 2 feet, fuck off. Just yeah, that's right. But It's fucking scary.
Fucking menace.
When you know that there's someone who has the potential to do that shit, it's like it's a bit scary, bro. And that was in fifth class.
Fifth.
Yeah.
That's fucking mad. See, we didn't have a lot of like knife. It's actually mad. We didn't have knives in our school, really. We just had a lot of like drugs, like, to be honest with you. Like the boys used to, I remember in like fifth year, the boys used to grow mushrooms and weed near a certain set of train tracks, like consistently. And like that was just something that they talked about every class, like, and they used to like deal drugs in the bathroom and like smoke joints in the bathroom in the old school. It smelled like weed.
Do you think there was like because I feel like everyone who's in school nowadays are all very like what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're all very they don't break any rules, they like follow the rules. There's like this group of like new first years, they come in, they're like very scared and stuff. And with our school, like I was saying earlier, like there was mental rules. Like I got suspended like 3 times. One time for crossing the fucking road. I called a girl a cunt and I got suspended because apparently I'm a misogynist, which means you hate women. Like how would you get 2 + 2 when you make 5 in that situation? Like if you're from Ireland, you should surely know that if you call someone a cunt, it's just a way of endearment, you know? Like
true.
Well, not like that way. I was calling her a cunt because she's being a cunt, but like
oh my god.
That's not. I feel like I've said worse to people. So where was I going with that? I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, what was the end goal?
I'm lost. I'm trying to recycle my memory. Do you think there was like a for me when I went into school, there was like all the 6th years and 5th years were like very, very tall and they had mustaches and they were smoking crack and joints. And then as I got up to that stage myself, like the 5th years and the 6th years were like that. And then once you became like the 3rd year, 4th year, 5th year, like you could kind of we just weren't like that at all. And I feel like this generation of people in school just aren't like that at all. It's kind of strange because like the way you talk about it is like you were a bunch of little hooligans, you know? I don't like Jock and Connor from Young Offenders. I don't know if you watch it. Yeah. Like that type of people. I don't think there's any of that anymore. It's fucking sad. But they used to smoke crack, weed, everything in our fucking school, bro. They used to smoke everything. Mental.
I think Mullingar is just a different breed because even my little brother's here, like he'll tell me like they're almost worse than like we are. Like they carry, like everybody has a knife. Like it's, I don't know how that happened in like 4 years, but like there went from being no knives in the school and people fighting each other at lunch to like every second person carrying around the knife. Like,
but you just think it was like a place thing, like certain places have like different people in the schools. Like, so if you went up to Dublin, they'd all have like knives and stuff, like kind of thing.
Oh, whereas I'd say,
like in Dublin's rural places, like in the middle of a fucking field, basically. Like, we just didn't like no one brought like knives into school apart from that one kid, but like that was in primary school. But like I just don't know. I feel like we didn't really have that when I was in school. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea how it happened, but that's terrifying. Like a bunch of 15-year-olds going around with knives, like, and I'd say Dublin is like twice as worse just because of how Dublin is. Like, there's just more people.
Yeah, if you look in the news every fucking week, there's a stabbing.
Yeah, literally.
What? Okay, this is like one of the last things I want to talk about. What do you think of the coronavirus? Do you think there's any like weird shit going on? Do you think there's like any speculation, any conspiracy theories?
Am I a conspiracy theorist? I'm not, but right. I had a conversation with a family member of mine, kind of a distant family member, and I got called a liberal for saying coronavirus shouldn't be controversial.
That's actually mad.
I got called a fucking liberal because I don't know, like, I don't know what it is. I'm just going to wear my mask. I'm not going to be a dickhead. I'm not going to go out and be around 50 million people.
Exactly.
But like, I'm also like, I'm not either end of the spectrum. I'm just trying not to be a dickhead. Like, do you know what I mean?
And there's so many people. There's so many people who just like, they just want to push the fucking boundaries. Oh, the cameras have to fucking turn up. Give me a second, bro. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about. How was the pandemic for you then? Like, so far?
I don't know. It's kind of perfect for me in the beginning because I sit at the desk. But the more time went on, the more frustrated I grew, and the more I wanted to go and do social things. Yeah, I'm not an overly social person as it is, and I don't go out drinking. I don't go out in the town.
Me neither.
But then when you're forced to sit in, you overappreciate the things that you didn't really have, like that you had before.
Yeah.
And so it just over time, it just kind of snowballed. And now I'm like, I need to get out of the house. I need to blah, 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 whatever. I want to go to festivals. I want to go to concerts. I want to go out drinking, partying, whatever.
Yeah. When this whole shit started, like I found okay, the next couple like I got suspended the exact day that the schools were called off. It was just the weirdest fucking coincidence. So the day that I got suspended was literally the day they all got called off. And I found like the first like mental. I found like the first couple of weeks were like, okay, I have so many ideas I want to do for YouTube. I did this whole video about Ireland's lockdown. It did really well, and I was fucking loving making videos. And the first lockdown was fine, but then once the leaving cert stuff started, because I was in the leaving cert that year, and once all that shit started getting in, it fucked me off completely. So I feel like the first lockdown was fine. I thought it was actually not a bad change of pace. You know, I don't go outside anyway.
Yeah,
but
it was
like,
actually all right.
yeah, the first lockdown was fine. But I feel like the second lockdown around when was the second lockdown? It was like after around October, was it? Yeah, October.
Yeah, October till just up to Christmas, and then there was a break, and then the big lockdown after Christmas.
Yeah. So once it got to like October, I was like, fuck it. I'm done. It was so fucking sad. Just not being able to do anything you wanted to do. And I was doing podcasts, like I did a podcast around that time, and I was just fucking, like I was just like crippled. Absolutely. I genuinely thought of depression, man.
Like, I don't know if you have the same thing, but my creativity was like completely stripped from me almost. Like trying to think of video ideas it's so hard being in lockdown for whatever reason. I don't understand.
I think what that is you have like expectations in your head that you're going to, you know, do really well on YouTube. I know you have that expectation. Like you're gonna do really, really well. You're gonna, you know, build a brand and be really successful. And then you're finally presented with that opportunity where you have like a load of spare time in your hands. You know, people are at home. You have that exact like mentality. People are at home. This is your time. You can do it. And then you sit down in front of a camera. I know I had this. You sit down in front of a camera and it's just a mental block. And I didn't know what I was doing. It was especially around Fortnite content at the time. And I was doing my exams, and I kind of like I try and put like a blame because I knew I missed a massive opportunity with content. Like I know I could have done so much better. I could have got way more numbers. I definitely look back on that and I'm like, okay, I'm fucking pissed off. But then I come back and I have like a little excuse. I was doing my leaving cert exams in fucking November. So
yeah,
I literally couldn't fucking stream. And I literally killed my channel for fucking 2 months. I had an unbelievable September, and then October I do my exams, and November I do my exams. And I couldn't upload for anything. And I came back in December then. And I just couldn't do it. I was sitting here, the amount of videos I scrapped because I was just like, okay, that's not funny, that's not interesting, I can't, it's just not good content. And it just pissed me off.
That is the worst thing ever. When the momentum dies out and you try to get it going again, it's the fucking hardest thing in the world to start momentum because nothing's funny, there's no flow to anything, and you fucking hate everything.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's good. But once you actually make something good and you get that bit of momentum, it's a bit easier to keep going then. So it's so like weird.
You have like obviously the Alexa video, but do you have any videos you look back on and you get like a little bit emotional watching? It's like, like this video is really good, and like I'm kind of after doing like a step down. I'm not as funny. Bro, I get that all the time. I look back on old videos and like, okay, that was really peak content. I was doing really, really well here. I get that especially with streaming because I kind of like, I mean, my entire 2019 is when I started doing YouTube like fully like going at it. And that entire year, you know yourself, I was streaming all the time. Like all that entire year, I was just streaming all day long and doing customs and making videos like kind of a little bit. But I was mainly doing streaming. And I look back on that time like what I was just doing so well. And I just absolutely fucking loved what I was doing. And now I'm just completely different. And you can kind of see the evolution in my content. I just don't like streaming anymore. I just don't do as much. I'm just more into like long form content like the podcast and just doing that sort of stuff. Do you ever like look back on older videos and you're like, okay, well, that was a lot better than what I'm doing now? Do you ever get those moments?
I went through, do you know, I took my break.
Yeah.
I was, you know,
when was that?
There's a lot of things going on. That was before. That was
2019 maybe?
When the fuck was it? Yeah, that was mid 2019. But there was a lot of stuff going on there anyways, but I was also coming to like burn out from the content.
Yeah.
And what I learned over that and through now is that I'm like people like me and you, when we make a video, we completely overanalyze it because we've done the recording, the editing, the uploading, the thumbnail, whatever. We overanalyze everything.
Yeah.
And we're seeing like 99% of what like people aren't seeing. So it's not even comparably bad to what we perceive it to be, if you get me.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing that a lot of content creators deal with. And like I've heard content creators speaking that in the past, and it's a challenge of not overcomplicating what you're making when you're making it, like, because like at the end of the day, it's just a YouTube video or whatever.
Yeah. I have two things to talk about there. Do you, like, obviously you have, when you go onto the YouTube dashboard, you see like the green arrows when you're doing well, the red arrows when you're doing bad, and you get like the gray. In the middle, you got the gray. When you're doing gray videos, you deserve to get fucking punched in the face. You're not doing your fucking job right. I punish myself so much when I see that shit. It fucking, I could literally, when I see that shit, man, I literally could just go into the bed and just stay there all day. It's that bad.
It's trying. That's a serious challenge in my mind of not letting. Like, I know it's 3 different colors on a screen.
Exactly.
But for people that aren't sure what we're talking about, YouTube has a video ranking system where they rank your videos 1 through 10, comparably to the last 10. And if it's doing bad, you get red. If it's doing just better than bad, you get green. If it's doing good, you do green. And they are so damaging to your brain. It's nuts.
You only get a boner when you're like asleep in bed. You get a boner when you're asleep and your entire bed,
Okay.
your bed just looks like a tent. That's what my dog is right now. She's just under the
Oh, he's under the blanket.
He fucking
Yeah.
threw out the window. I'm like, listen, bro, we're in the COVID, we're in the lockdown. Fuck off. That's my way of saying fuck off. He comes up and he knocks on the door. When I'm streaming, whatever, he could hear me. He's talking. He just wants to come in and see what's going on. And I that's fine. You know, I get it.
Yeah.
But fuck off. When I'm recording, fuck off. There's nothing. There's no business. Absolutely.
I find it so hard, or I find it like cringe when I'm recording and I can hear people in the background. I'm like, I don't want to say what I was about to say now because you're outside the fucking room.
Literally, that happened like a half an hour ago. We were talking, and my mother was just there, and I was like, "Okay, shut the fuck up! You're talking to the internet, man. Shut the fuck up." Obviously in a nice way. We have a great relationship, me and my mother. It's fantastic. What was I gonna say there? Do you ever get people who just call you fucking lazy when you're a content creator because like you don't upload and they just call you lazy? I feel like people don't understand that. They don't understand like how much goes into content mentally, like in your head. Like a lot of shit goes into it. And when you don't upload, like people just think you can just grind out videos every single day. When you're working on your own, like you work on your own, I work on my own. Most like smaller YouTubers work on their own. They record their own videos, they set up everything, they edit their own videos, they do their own thumbnails. It takes a long time. And some days you just don't fucking feel like doing that. Like it just it's I can't explain it. It's just like a little thing in your brain. It's like, okay, I just don't want to do it today. And then some days I'm just like, yeah, I want to do it. Do you ever like what's that like for you as a content creator?
I find recording solo videos, it's so hard to like have it's so hard to like perform with a certain type of energy. Not perform because like we are ourselves on camera, but there's a certain energy that a video can lack sometimes when you're doing it by yourself.
Exactly.
Because you're trying to like, it's easier to bounce off someone else if you get me, like if you're in a video.
Yeah.
Like they can like fill the dead space or whatever. So it's just making a video by yourself is a really big challenge. Whereas like people who live in like content creator groups or in houses have it way easier. Like they can do a plethora of different types of videos too. Like
me and you should literally just get a fucking house. We should just buy a house and just do it.
I've been saying this for like 2 years, but my goal for at least a year, for at least 1 year, I want to live in like a content creator house with like you, Boogan, someone like Mills, and then like one of the boys or whatever, and people can have whatever.
Because like I feel like we should both kind of just work on our own brand. Like I feel like if you're doing a content house, you have to be like some bit like, you know, relevant, I guess.
Developed.
Yeah. And like a bit like relevant, like in terms of numbers. You have to, so people care about what you're doing. Like if you're doing like there's 2 ways to do a content house. One of them is like you do content with all the people there and you have to be like relevant. And then the second one is like you just live in the house and your entire thing is like on camera, like a reality TV show.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't want to do that. But like just to get into a content house and record with everyone else and just literally like we spent, I can't remember when it was when I asked you to go on the podcast. It was like sometime in January. We're just me, you, Boogan, in a call, and I was like, it would actually be like we were talking about like ideas and video ideas and stuff, and I just felt myself getting so much more out of myself just talking to you and talking to Boogan, and we were coming up with some mental ideas about sneaking onto Late Late Show and stuff, like fucking mental stuff. I would love to do that someday. Like, if you were ever down, but I feel like we should both like do well on our own first and then do it, if that makes sense. Like at the 100K subs.
Like, hopefully my channel has grown substantially by the time COVID is over. And when COVID is over, I'm praying to Jeebus Christ that I have enough money to move out and move in with someone who is like enthusiastic or whatever, and just be able to pump out a different like breed of content, if you get me.
Yeah.
Like public videos, for example. Like, I want to do public videos so bad, but you just can't do shit with like COVID and whatever. Like, and
what's your main inspiration for content then? Like, what's the one person, two people? I know you say KSI, but like, I guess like in the Irish community, right? Like, obviously there's Jacksepticeye. Is there anyone in like the Irish community you really like look up to or anything? Or maybe even just Jacksepticeye, like, I don't know.
I honestly don't watch the most Jacksepticeye, to be honest. I never really binged his content. I just knew he was there, and I can obviously respect him as the absolute legend he is, just because of his, his like resume, if you want to say that. But I don't know. Oh, actually, what am I saying? Yeah, like Terrorizer and Died in Oakland.
Yeah.
If I had to pick someone out of the Irish scene, them for sure.
I think Jack was definitely my inspiration for everything that I do. I literally got a fucking green chair, and I had a green chair because Jacksepticeye had one, bro. That must be the secret. That's how he blows up. It didn't work. I was still lonely. But yeah, Jacksepticeye for me was the reason I fucking started. I definitely do like something like, if you were to ask me what do I want to do, like what's the end goal, I feel like, I don't, this could be so random, to get into the Late Late Show. I feel like if you get into the Late Late Show in Ireland, like Jack was on the Late Late Show like fucking a few years ago, I was like, okay, you fucking made it, bro. You fucking done it. So like the end goal for me is just to not even like be famous or whatever. I don't care about that. To like make a living out of doing what I love, which is content, right? But to be that, like, the one thing is just to get on the Late Late Show, because I feel like you just recognize them by the entire country. It's a different fucking breed. So like my question is, what would be your end goal? Like, what's the one thing that you really want to come out of making videos?
One thing, well, obviously, like, first, there's like a list of like things that I want to do, and obviously first is like take care of my family. Like, here, have a house, have a car, whatever the fuck you need, do what you want. That's like always going to be number one. Other than that, I don't know. I just want to have fun at some point. I obviously want to make money. Everybody wants to make money. Like, people who say money doesn't matter, like, it kind of does and it kind of doesn't, but everybody has to make money, and I want to make a good bit of money so I can be financially secure and have fun, so I can go to different countries and explore whatever. I just want to have fun living my life, like, to be honest. And take care of my family.
Did you see that guy? He was in the Go House. I can't remember his fucking name. You'll know, but like, he went over to the Bahamas. Have you seen that?
Robert Zujan.
That's his fucking name. I was thinking of Szechuan chicken and all this shit. I just couldn't be arsed. So he went over. Like, what I'm trying to bring up here is like the content that you can do as an Irish person, specifically going to like other countries and like exploring their cultures. That is a 100% guaranteed way to get big on YouTube. It's just do that. Irish person travels to the Bahamas. Irish person travels to Chile. Irish person goes to Venezuela, gets kidnapped and fucking raped in the back. We're used to it. We're from Limerick. We're fucking used to it. We're grand. But I've seen a lot worse in Limerick. So what I'm trying to say is, like, there's so much ideas out there. We just can't do it. Like, Does that
Irish
ever
people
frustrate
doing.
you?
It's frustrating me mad right now. I want to go to Dublin and just most basic video idea of all time. Just interview people being a weirdo. Like, just be weird while I'm interviewing them. Boom. That's going on whatever. Joe.ie, for example, will pick that up, and it'll be the most basic type of video, and there you go. You've blown up.
We should do that.
That's the secret to blowing up in Ireland.
Me and you.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I have so many ideas that I don't want to give away on this.
I definitely don't. Jeez, there is a load of fucking perverts who watch this shit. There is little fucking 12-year-olds who will steal our shit. They'll do it so. And the worst part is when people steal our ideas, or like my ideas, your ideas, whatever. It's happened a few times, fucking Jarian and a few of those fucking cunts. They no offense, Jarian. Your eyes are a bit fucking. Listen, Mesodozzle.
You're cutting ties, man. You're cutting ties.
Oh, jeez, I can't be Irish American. No American's gonna come on this show, so well, we'll see. But whenever they steal your ideas, they do it 10 times worse, and that's what fucking annoys me about people. They'll steal your idea and they'll do it 10 times worse. And because when you have a video idea, no one at home will understand this unless you do content. When you have an idea you have the best case scenario of what that idea will produce, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so
It's a certain type of way, like.
exactly. So like if you had like an idea in your head about like sneaking into the Late Late Show during a broadcast or whatever, you just idea of the thumbnail and the title and how you're going to do it, and then you go into the Late Late Show hypothetically, and a big massive guard with steroids up his arse, you can't enter. I'm like, okay, video done. I tried, you know. So
Yeah. There you go. Like,
it's like that, bro. I'm gonna wrap it up. Last couple of questions. How did you get the name JMY?
right. So basically, I knew when I was creating my YouTube name that I needed to create something that was brandable and marketable, and it was easy to remember. So I looked at KSI and I was like, KSI. And I was like, I can't go SIM, or I can't do something with Simon. So I was like, what else am I called? My granddad calls me Jimmy. I was like, JMY, there we go. Boom.
That's it, bro. I literally,
JMY.
I was, me and Eli were talking fucking ages ago. And I just started watching their content. Obviously, I've seen the Alexa video. Like, most people have seen that shit, and they don't actually know you're the guy behind it, right? So, I remember, does that frustrate you at all, actually? Like, that people know the video, but they don't know you?
I don't care that they don't know me, but something that used to really drive me mad is that I'd get loads of comments on my Alexa video being like, do this with the Alexa. Alexa's so good. While I was making other content, and I was like, just look over here. Please look at what I'm making now. And it used to boil my piss.
You still think a lot of your growth on YouTube today, like a lot of your new subscribers are coming from that video, yeah?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
100%.
That thing is still...
But you're making a lot of really good videos recently, which I actually feel like are getting you a lot of subs as well. Like, I can't remember exactly, but you did one about the guard. Didn't that get a couple of thousand?
Oh.
Yeah?
That one's going to hit 1,000, but I did one about Jake Paul, and that did 3K.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you're doing content at the moment where it's like, that is bringing a lot of subs. And I remember talking to a guy like a year ago, and they were like, well, the only reason JMY is getting big is because he's still milking off that fucking Alexa video. I'm like, bro, you don't have a fucking clue. This guy is still putting out, you're still putting out amazing videos every single time. You don't miss when you're doing videos. It's from the bottom of my heart, bro. Like, genuinely, you do amazing videos.
Oh, this is fucking awesome. Why is wholesome?
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna queef. So.
You're legend, Jake.
Oh, thank you, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, last question to end off the podcast. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? 5 years' time. With everything, with your entire life.
Oh, Jesus. I hope I'm not... Jesus, I don't fucking know.
I hope I'm not dead. That's what I was fucking saying, yeah.
Yeah, I hope I'm not dead. And that's going to go on a sad montage now when I'm dead in like 2 years' time. Let's fingers crossed that doesn't happen, right?
Oh,
I hope I'm not dead, but I don't know. What age will I be? I'll be 25. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I hope I'm happy. I hope I'm fit. I don't know. I hope I've cracked YouTube. I hope I've a couple million subscribers. I hope I have a decent wedge of money in the bank and the people around me are happy. That's kind of it. Like, I don't have any major milestones for subscribers, really. Like, I don't want to hit 10 mil, or I don't want to hit 1 mil or whatever. I don't really care. I want to be sitting comfortable, like stress free.
Exactly. But I also think that if you're stress free, you'll end up fucking up at some stage. Like, that's not gonna last forever. And I feel like if you get way too comfortable, like I think I mentioned in a video recently, like, you know, I want to go over to the Bahamas and I want to, you know, shag everything and, you know, drink shit and then eat hash. And I think, like, honestly, like, that lifestyle is really, really bad for your productivity. Have you seen that Logan Paul is moving to Puerto Rico to focus on content?
What?
Literally. He's leaving California, one because of the taxes, but he's literally going over to Puerto Rico to focus on boxing and the content and stuff.
You know who? I want to be like Nick Marks.
Oh,
see the way he lives his life. That's what I mean by stress free. Like, baby. An easy grind, something that's easily grindable. Like he works out on stream and has like 60K watching him. That's the goal.
Yeah, Nick for me 100% is definitely top 3 inspiration for doing content. I think for me personally, Jacksepticeye, Nick Merckx, and Joe Rogan, they're the 3. And maybe the True Geordie as well, but he likes shit in his chest, doesn't he? So I don't know. I
actually really like True Geordie as well.
Yeah, people.
True Geordie will be up there.
People don't understand these types of videos. Like, I'm so impressed by the way he branched out from like just being the mad football fan from Newcastle He literally went from that to being one of the most respected podcasters in the game. It's unbelievable. I love him and Lawrence.
He's like, he like translated from screaming at FIFA to one of the most successful podcasts in the UK, if not the world. The voice of YouTube boxing, and like outdoing Sky's numbers by doing viewing parties on football. Like madness from True George.
But people then think when he signs a deal or he gets a brand deal, oh, he's just being arrogant. And maybe that's because he's from Newcastle, where it's mainly working class area. Like, oh, he's not one of us. Look at him doing well. Why am I getting... Hello, ¿qué pasa? Do I want a Chinese? How old is she? How old is she? You said, do I want the Chinese? How old is she? Okay, we'll talk later. Yeah, we'll talk. Call me in like 10 minutes. I'm recording something, okay?
Hey, we'll talk numbers.
Call me in... Listen, call me in 10 minutes. I'm recording a podcast, okay? Okay. ¿Qué pasa? Congratulations on the baby. Oh, she hung up.
Oh my god.
She had a baby reveal party. She's having a boy, by the way, but she had a baby reveal party earlier, and that's why I was late to the fucking recording. Oh, my sister's weird. I mean, that's where I'll probably end it. Decent. I don't even know what we're talking about there, but I think that's where we're gonna end the podcast. Hopefully it looks well. Like, obviously it's the first podcast with a guest on, so I'm gonna look back on this in a couple of months' time, and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, I'm after saying something wrong. I'm after not letting you speak for a long enough time. I'm after like cutting you off or whatever, and I'm gonna look back and be like, I'm so bad at this, and I might quit and I might jump off a bridge. But no. I think it came out.
That's the process, though.
I think it came out
to trust
okay,
the process.
Though. I think it came out okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
I feel like we've a good energy, at least.
Yeah,
like we bounce off each other pretty well when we're conversating.
And it's good you have your eyebrows, because if you didn't have your eyebrows, I'd probably just be here like.
The boys are back in action today.
Like, if you did, like, how long did that take to grow back?
That video was released like 2 months ago.
Oh, fair enough.
It was like a month and a half ago.
You didn't have eyebrows in the video recently, and I commenting every day until JMY's eyebrows come back, and I got like 50 likes. Like, okay, that's amazing. That's better than my own channel. Man, that's phenomenal.
I look so fucked without eyebrows. It's actually mad.
Will you still do it for content?
Don't mind, they're back now. Oh, 100%. I'll do that for content. I wish I shaved my head like 3 times and I never recorded it. Like, what is wrong with me? That would have been the funniest. There's pictures of me, and I look like Martin Luther, the monk, not the civil rights activist.
Oh my god. Well, listen, bro. I mean, we're definitely gonna do some sort of content in the future, like, so 100%, like IRL content, whatever the fuck we're gonna do.
So subscribe to watch Jake do content.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody that's listening.
I'll leave your link in the description. I'll leave your Twitter as well, and your second channel. No one knows what your second channel. Explain it to them.
Fuck the second channel. It doesn't matter. That's a passion. That's a fun thing to do. That doesn't exist. Right, that's just for fun. Right.
I'm gonna call it there. Cheers for coming on the podcast. The first guest, Mr. JMY L. Simon. Is your last name Rock?
No.
Your last name's Rock. Your name is Simon Rock.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I think you're lying.
I'm not going to go into the logistics of my last name. Just in case people figure out where I live. No,
I'll bleep it. Okay. So, all right, bro.
Hey, it's on the screen the whole time. It's fine.
It actually is. I think it might be cut off. Yeah, it is actually. You're fucked, bro. I'm not cutting that out. You're fucked.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's not my real last name, anyways.
Yeah. So.
How do you know that, you bastard?
I think I said it. You slipped it, yeah, a little bit at least.
It's fine. Fuck it. There's loads of Simon.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you.
Shares the same name. They'll have to deal with him.
Okay, I'll talk to you whenever. I'm sure we'll play some Fortnite soon on stream or something. And
right, good luck.
And that was Mr. JMY. You can obviously follow him over on YouTube. Well, on YouTube. Link in the description. First link in the description. First guest. Next guest will be Connor Efi or Effie whenever he comes on. It'll probably be next week, and we have Irish Genesis. So a good guest. Just let me know in the comments below if you like this podcast, if you like the style of it. Obviously, it's the first one we've done with a guest, and I'm working off an Elgato and a camera that dies every 30 minutes. So hopefully it looked well, and hopefully it was okay. If you did like it, make sure to smash a like on the podcast. Recommend to everyone you can. It really does help. And obviously go check out Simon as well. Absolute legend. We'll definitely be doing some more content in the future. I'll talk to you on the next one. Cheers for watching, lads. Slán go folded.